Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Dawn Does Life, and if you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back. And if you're brand new checking me out, I really do appreciate it. I'd love to see you become part of the family, or as I like to call it, a lifer, because Dawn Does Life. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I would love to have you be part of the family. So what I'm working on is the color tree by the Home Fun store on AliExpress. I've been working on it for a little bit. This is my very first square, but this section in particular has some multi-placing opportunities. So I thought I would share with you that I am trying it. I thought I would avoid it, but I'm having a little bit of fun. I initially started off with blue tack and found that I was getting it on my canvas and not really liking that and not really having a lot of luck getting it all off. So if anybody has tips, please comment down below on how to deal with blue tack and how not to get it on your canvas. I would appreciate that so much. So I'm using the pink wax on the multi-placing side and the blue tack on the single placing side. I find that I don't have problems with it on my single end. And if you guys can see here, I'll see if I can tilt the light up here a bit. I got a new pen. I finally caved. Now this is one I picked up off of Amazon. I really like the colors. I love the detail of the white swirl, and actually there's like luminescent shimmers throughout the blue. It makes it very dimensional, and I just love it. I don't know if the camera is picking that up. I think it might be in some places, but I thought it was really pretty, so I thought I'd give it a try. There are some wicked looking pens out there, and I wasn't sure how I would feel about the thicker, so this is like baby steps. I didn't actually even think that I would ever get a pen, but you know, people grow. So I've already trade up my first color. There goes my cat. We'll just wait for him to finish because he's having a little freak out. He's having his old man moment. Of course, now he stops. I've got my coffee. I hope you guys get your workout. I hope you guys have your drink ready to go. This section I'm not anticipating taking a super long time, but I have said that before and been wrong. With the multi-placing, I'm hoping it goes faster. So hopefully it won't be too long. So I'm just gonna dive right in to the hashtag, which is this color here. So I don't know how you guys have been. I've had quite the week. And by me, I mean my poor husband. He was having trouble with one of his teeth. It was just like mildly aching and nagging at him. So he went to the dentist the other night, and the guy said, gave him the dentist, I should say, gave him a prescription for penicillin, which he went and filled, and then he came home and took it, and whoops, no kidding, within 20 minutes of taking the pill, I'm sitting upstairs cooking supper, and all of a sudden I hear this, "What the hell? Oh my God!" And he's like swearing and cursing, "What the?" Because he curses. We're not perfect people. And he's like, "Dawn!" And he comes bolting up the stairs, and his face is completely, I think I got an extra one somewhere. It's completely splotchy, and like he's having some kind of a reaction. So he's like, "Well, I don't know what to do." And he looked swollen and really splotchy, and oh, what am I doing here? So I said to him, like, I don't know. I've never seen anything like that before on him. And I mean, I'm allergic to my cat. My daughter's allergic to our cat, and she'll get splotchy. But this was like everywhere. His hands, his face, his neck, his like everywhere. So I said, like, go have a shower. And he's like, "A shower?" And I'm like, "Well, maybe you touch something and you're just having a reaction." So anyways, he went and had a shower. That didn't help. So he called the dentist, and the dentist said, like, "Come back in, we'll give you another prescription." I was a little bit upset by this because we got there And it wasn't even the dentist that he saw, it was just the receptionist. She made a comment about, oh, all that from one little pill, and then gave him a prescription and sent him on his way. So we went across the street to the Walmart pharmacy, and he gets in there and he's like, first of all, he was like, I want you to come in with me. I'm feeling really lightheaded. I don't feel that good. And then he's like, you know what? I'll just run in and you stay here. So I was parked in like the fire lane, and so I get this text, like I'm sitting there for a couple of minutes and I get this text, no, actually, I think I need you to come in here. I think I'm going to pass out. So I parked the car really quick and went in, and he's sitting in this chair. And he's like slumped over, and just his head is down, and he's just looking really out of it. And they're filling his new prescription, but my doctor is right next door, and he's like, Dawn, I don't feel good. I feel like I'm gonna fall off the chair. I don't feel good. And so my doctor happened to be, his office closes at, this was just after 7, but he does his telephone interviews, so he's still there. And the receptionist, he was talking to the receptionist out front, and they had their doors closed, but they were open just a crack. And so I peeked my head in, and I'm like, Dr. Yuzoho, please, can you see my husband? There's something wrong with him. He's having a reaction to something, and he feels like he's going to pass out. So Dr. Yuzoho, bless him, took him in, and he went in by himself initially, and then he was pretty out of it. I asked him if he wanted me to come. He didn't even answer me, so he was pretty out of it. And anyways, the doctor took his blood pressure, and apparently it was 80/50. Like, that's pretty low. And he said, like, when the doctor came and got me, he said I was about to give him a shot of adrenaline. Like, I had it sitting here ready to go. And then he explained how low his blood pressure was. And anyways, so he laid there for about 20 minutes. It started to come back up. He still felt really lightheaded, but a little more coherent. The red splotchiness kind of subsided. He sat up, because I said to him, like, you should not just lay down until you're ready to go. Do it in stages. Like, sit up first and see how that feels, and then if you're feeling okay, we can go. So at one point he did get up, and he said, I think the itchiness is coming back, but it seemed to kind of go away again. Anyway, go back out to the pharmacy, and I think I walked Greg out to the car, which actually I probably shouldn't have. I should have made him come with me, except that he was still really woozy and I wanted him to sit. But anyways, I went back to the pharmacy, and the poor pharmacist, he's like, we've been going to them for years, so we know them very well. And he's like, I tried calling you. I don't know what happened to your husband. He just went missing. I'm like, Mark, I'm so sorry. I saw Dr. Yuzoho, and I just got him in because he felt like he was going to pass out. And so he handed me this paper with all the signs of like allergic reaction, and then when it goes into anaphylaxis. And anyways, he's like, he started, oh, that's not fitting on there very good. He started talking to me about, like, when your husband first came in here, he had a weak, fast heartbeat. And anyways, he was going into anaphylaxis. And apparently he didn't go all the way. I mean, he was able to come out of it, but holy crap, I felt so bad, and I felt so helpless, and I felt so sorry for the pharmacist, because he's like, I didn't know what happened to him. I was freaking out because I knew he was having all these symptoms and I couldn't find him. Anyways, no, he was next door seeing the doctor. And then he's like, he handed me the sheet, and he said, next time this happens, straight to the emergency. he said it's very unusual for adults to become allergic to penicillin. He said penicillin is usually one of those things that if you're going to be allergic to it, you are allergic to it when you're younger. And but he said generally if he has a reaction to it, like, hope he never does it or has it again, because generally the reactions become stronger, not weaker. And I kind of knew that because I had an instance years ago when I was camping with my husband and my mom and my stepdad, where I this is a whole story. There was a little kitten. We were at a campground, and there was this little kitten walking around, and there were coyotes, and it was late afternoon, and I didn't want this. I was trying to catch this kitten because I was concerned that if it didn't find a place to harbor, the coyotes were going to get it. And so I was like walking around trying to coax it. It seemed somewhat friendly, but at one point it walked into the woods, and I walked in after it, and I stepped on a ground nest, which at that point I never even knew there was such a thing, but anyways, found out very quickly. So all of a sudden I started feeling all these like burning sensations all over, like piercing, burning sensations everywhere. And they went up my leg, my arms, they made it up to my neck, but not my face. They didn't get onto my face. Anyways, I'm standing there. I first tried to run away, and my shoe fell off because I think I must have shook my foot, because I was like, what the hell is going on? And my shoe fell off, and then I couldn't move. I was just like paralyzed. I didn't want to take another step because I thought maybe I would step on something sharp or another wasp. And so I'm standing there and I'm screaming and for my husband, and eventually he came. I think my mom said to him, like, I think she's like really screaming. Is that Dawn? I think she's really screaming. And so he came running and grabbed my shoe. He ended up getting 3 stings, but they didn't bother him. When I went into the hospital, like later on that night though, I couldn't even sit still. It hurt so bad. It was like a million little fire ants walking around on the inside of my body. And so I ended up leaving the campsite to go to the hospital because I just couldn't take the pain, and like nothing was helping. So they told me that I should be careful because I had so many stings that if I got stung again, my reaction could be much, much worse. So that's how I knew that. Okay, like, do you guys see this? Like, it's going. This must be a pretty big darn section because I feel like I should be further along, but I just love how quickly this goes. I don't know what I was so afraid of. I think most of the paintings that I have done so far didn't really have opportunities to multiplace to any great degree. And I was doing the painting over in the tree section, and then as I kind of got working this way, I noticed that there were chunks of areas that I could do, and that's what made me actually decide to, I think this one is looking like it's gonna pop, made me decide to try doing it in the first place. And that I'm so glad that I did, because it makes things go by so much faster. So anyways, now my husband is the last couple of days, he said he still feels a little bit lightheaded. He has gone into work. One day his regional was in from out of town and told him to come home. And he doesn't usually tell people to leave work. And In fact, he's the one that's calling you in on your day off. Like, I need you to go do this. And he sent him home. So he has been looking. Well, last night he was doing better. But the day before, he was still looking a little shell-shocked. He says he still... Whoa. He says he still feels lightheaded. But better. Like, better. And he was going to take today off. But he is going to try and plug through. He's come home early the last couple of days. So I do think he's feeling a little out of it, or like not quite himself. He's made an appointment with his doctor for next week, because you would think if it's a penicillin thing, like, I don't know, it's almost making me wonder if it is penicillin because it's still happening to a lesser degree. But he needs to get that checked out, and he needs to be tested to find out if it is a penicillin allergy, because holy crap, I would not want to go through that again. And I didn't like seeing him like that. I was feeling a little helpless and just didn't know what to do. The pharmacist said he may need to start carrying an EpiPen, because, I mean, as you all know, anaphylaxis can be deadly in a matter of minutes, and you don't have time. You might not even have time to get to the doctor. So, but they did say next time take him to the emergency, because this is no joke. And like 80 over 50, I can't even imagine. But so that was one of the anaphylactic symptoms that he had. It was like the weak, rapid heart rate, and then sudden drop in blood pressure, and then loss of consciousness, which he did not lose consciousness, but he felt like he was going to. So anyway, exciting, but not so much. And it's so funny, like, there are days I have pajama days. And I was cooking supper and I was in my pajamas, and like I was in Walmart in my pajamas. I was in the doctor's office in my pajamas. Luckily they were black pant bottom pajamas, and I had my winter coat on, but it's just like sometimes you just go. Anyway. So what is all been new with you guys? Tell me in the comments down below, have any of you joined any of the, have you guys joined any of the, like the check along, or I think Dreamer Designs has got the March or the spring along. I was going to join the check along. His paintings are so beautiful, but I didn't think I would get the painting in time, and I don't like starting things late. And then I was gonna, so I thought, okay, well fine, I will do the spring along or spring-a-thon, or I can't remember what it's called. I apologize. It's the one with Dreamer Designs. And I was looking for a painting, and it doesn't start until mid-March, so I figured I probably would have time to get, oh, whoops, oh yeah, there. The painting, but then I wasn't sure, and I just ordered paintings from Spell Queen and they're due to arrive mid-March, and I have 4 paintings after this one that are already here. Now I hear some people have like hundreds, but the paintings I've got are like, I see people working on big ones for sure, but I also see people working on like what they call, I keep on hearing called snack size, and none of mine are. One of them almost could be. It's a 12 by 16, I think. And so I should be able to get done that one fairly easily. And then two of them they're a Christmas gift from my daughter, and the plan is that we're each going to work on one together. But COVID's not letting us do that right now, so I'm just kind of saving those ones. And then, like I said, I've got 4 more coming from Spell Queen, and I think they're the 45 by 60. So I'm like, I am going to have diamond paintings up the wazoo, and I don't know how in the heck people can have, like, I hear people have stashes of like hundreds. And I mean, I guess if you had a YouTube channel and you had that many in a stash, you could do some giveaways and stuff, but oh my God, I just can't even remember. Where would you put them all? I mean, never mind. People talk about how they store them, but I can't even imagine. And, you know, the other thing too with the Dreamer designs is I was really right now I'm trying to keep my paintings to stuff that I like or that I could see hanging. And I did find one, but I wasn't like super in love with it. So, and I just, you know, we're wanting to sell our house. I'm wondering if that's ever going to happen. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. Slowly we're trying to get our house in order, but I can't do it all. And right now, I mean, I'm not right now. I mean, obviously my husband has been not feeling the greatest, but I need him to participate more. There's lots of stuff that he has to go through that I can't go through. And I really want to move. Really want to get out of this neighborhood. But sometimes I wonder if it's going to happen. And you know, I guess I want out of this neighborhood just because it's a crappy neighborhood. But we really lucked out when we bought our house. We bought our house back in 2006. So I think the crash happened in 2008. But before the crash, or shortly after the crash, I'm not sure. There was a huge boom anyways. So we bought our house for well under $200,000. And at one point we could list it for over $3 million. But we had just bought it, and we had no intention of moving. And our mortgage payment is like, it's pretty good. And we have lucked out. Like every time it comes time to renew, we get a better rate than before. And this last time we went variable, thinking, you know, like we could always change it. We could always lock in if it started going too high, but we weren't sure. Like we thought about putting the house on the market last year, and then of course coronavirus hit us. And anyways, now we're paying such a stupidly low rate. It's like crazy how low it is. And so yeah, our mortgage payment is really low. I will miss the mortgage payment because I'm sure wherever we go, we're gonna pay more. Especially, no matter where we go, we want to go to the other side of the city, and at the very least. But also, we're considering moving out to one of the surrounding communities, which is actually what my preference is, because then you're still close enough to Saskatoon that you can come in and take care of whatever you need to take care of. Oh, I just turned my light off. And you still have all the amenities of the city, but you have the peace of mind of the quiet residential families. I guess families aren't necessarily always quiet, but you know what I mean. Like it's a quieter lifestyle with the amenities of the city. Like I would still keep my doctor. I'm sure Greg would keep his. Well, Greg works in the city here, so he would be in the city. But yeah, I really like where I want to go is Mormon. One of Greg's brothers lives in Martinsville, but I'm not seeing anything that I really like in Martinsville. I wouldn't be opposed to Martinsville, but I really like Mormon. And I've already scoped out some houses that, well, they're kind of like townhouse, condo, whatever style houses that I really, really like. And then too, somebody takes care of your yard work, the exterior of the building, the snow removal, all of those things that as we get older, like Greg says, he doesn't want to do it anymore. And I don't blame him. He feels like crap when he does it. We're not in very good shape. I mean, he's 51, I'm 49. I know I don't like shoveling, and I can't imagine him older likes it, but whatever. Maybe we just sound like we're whiny. I don't know. But do you guys see how fast this is going? Like any other time, and this is actually a bigger section. It's a pretty big section. The initial sections I was working on were like half that. They seemed way smaller. But I feel like I'm just flying by on this. Maybe I'll start over here again. And I mean, I'll have to go through and kind of straighten it a bit, but they're actually laying down pretty good. I'm somewhat impressed. I've never worked on a section with this much of one color altogether. As you can see up here, it kind of blended a bit, but this so far is the biggest section I've worked on. Uh-oh, what did I do? Oh no, nothing. But yeah, so if you guys are working on one of those drill along or chuck alongs, or tell me what you're working on. One girl that I follow, her channel is Bev B Diamond Paints. I love her. She's awesome. She is so sweet, but she calls her followers or her subscribers fart faces and gets away with it. Like, she just has that personality that could get away with it. I don't think I could call you guys fart faces. But she'll say it and then she'll follow it up with, you guys are so beautiful and your sparkly shiny eyes, but you're fart faces. And she makes me laugh. But anyway, she is working on a check along. And I saw what she had done so far. Now this started on March 1st, and it is only the 6th. I swear she's got like 1/3 of it done already. She is motoring along on this thing. I mean, clearly there's got to be some multiplacing. She really likes multiplacing. And actually, I think she was kind of my inspiration when she was talking how much she liked it. I was like, well, there's got to be something to it. And I see so many people multiplacing. But anyways, you guys should go check out her channel. She's really, really sweet. And I enjoy watching her. And she posts quite a bit on different packages she gets and different paintings she gets. She's another one. I don't know how in the heck she has time to do all the paintings that she seems like she has. But like you see me, I'm multi-placing, but it's not going super fast. Like, oops, I just got those all crooked. Wow, am I gonna have to add more? I think I need to drink up my coffee. So I was gonna drive for Skip last night, but my husband said that he still wasn't feeling that good. He'd gone to work, but again, he came home early, and he said he still has these moments, like they come and go, where he feels lightheaded. And I know I probably already said this, but that's what's making me think it's like something more is going on. And I just want him to go see his doctor, because like maybe they could do some blood tests. I think he should be checked for penicillin too, and I don't know what's involved with that. I've never had an allergy test done. I've heard kind of stories about it, but it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. So I think he should do it for sure. But wow, there's a lot of this color. I'm going to end up putting more in here. Whoops, there's one sticking off the end there. What else has been going on? Not really a lot. Like I said, I've been practicing my placement of my square drills. I've been practicing my multi-placing, finding a love for it. I'd actually like to try a 4, but I don't have a 4 head. I'll work my way up slowly, because there's girls I see do. I'm just gonna take a drink of my coffee. There's girls I see doing 10 plus heads, tips, whatever you want to call it, and then I see those ones with the big, the big circle, the big roller, and it's got the taper on the outside, and then they just like roll the beads out. I don't know how in the heck that would make me so nervous. But you know what? 3 placing made me nervous. So like I said, I'd like to try 4. I've done a little bit with 3. And I think I'm going to pour some more in here. I think I'll just do bit by bit. I think I'm okay with taking my time. But I am ready for 4. At least to try it and see what it would feel like. I mean, it's only one more than what I'm doing. I can't remember if it was Bev who kind of taught me when you place it down on the 3. Sometimes that one's actually really good and straight, but sometimes they're not straight. So if you just like squish your pen up against one of the ridges, and then I also squish it to the other side, it lines them up nicely. And then I just use like the corner of it to sort of smush it over if I have to. And I'm getting good too, like I can place, like I can do 2. I don't know if I've already said this. Am I going senile? It is quite possible actually. But if I have sections of 2, I'll just... And I can do 1. This is how boring I am that I'm talking about something that I possibly may have already spoken about. Anyways, I'm super excited for my Spell Queen painting to come in though, because, okay, first of all, I keep on seeing those really cool pens that they are giving away with their paintings. Their paintings aren't cheap, but I keep on hearing that the quality on them is pretty good. So, And I just wanted to try something different. I still have some in my cart on AliExpress. I'm actually thinking about getting the Huacan Doris imitation storage, or what do they call it, Elizabeth Ward or Warden? I'm not sure what they're called because they're not available in Canada. If you do find them, you have to pay the import fees, or I don't know. I have, or they're like $70, or it's just stupid. So, anyways, I thought that I was looking at them, and they're reasonably priced for, I guess, what I've seen other storage systems go. Okay, that's really off center. Let's figure this out. This is how you know that you're not doing as good a job as you think you are. So I have some of those in my cart too. I've got a really cute owl in my cart. I love owls. And it's just a little cutesy owl. But it also looks like it has lots of opportunity for multiplacing. And I'm just kind of obsessed with that right now. So I have a few things in my cart, but mainly just storage type items. I also got another one of those vial cases. In my cart, I haven't bought anything yet. I just want to see how, and that was one of the other reasons too that I kind of hummed and hawed about whether, how realistic it would be to get involved in one of these whip-alongs or drill-alongs, because all of my storage is being used right now, and I really didn't want to have to de-kit something to kit up something else. I don't know, but I do know that the check-alongs are twice a year. I've been paying attention. There's like so many things, but there's so many channels and this one keeps on going upside down. Facebook groups and just groups and YouTube channels and people out there doing this. And there's always, like, I think last month was show off your pen stash. Well, I didn't have a pen stash. I would have been showing you pink pens and one quick stick. But that was kind of like, when that happened, that was the reason why I decided to finally break down and get this one. And eventually I think I'll probably buy a hand-turned one from somebody. I'll probably stick with somebody in Canada because the pens are expensive and shipping is a bitch. So I don't want to deal with shipping from the States or somewhere else. At least not right now. Maybe at some point I will. I don't know. But they all seem a little bit similar to me, to justify, like, I could get away with getting one in Canada and it being similar to anything I could get in the States. Anyway. But yeah, there's some beautiful hand-turned pens out there. Oh, come on. My daughter's about to graduate. She'll be graduating. Well, she got the letter that she's met the requirements, which we knew she did. But it said something about convocating in June. And I don't think they're doing ceremonies still. But when I saw that they were doing it in June, I was thinking, well, maybe by June they will. Because she's been feeling a bit down about the fact that, she's put in all this hard work. I think just like any student out there right now is feeling. You put in all this hard work, and a graduation is like the culmination of all that hard work. It's the celebration of your achievements, and it's kind of like your gateway to the next phase of your life. And I can't imagine these poor kids that aren't getting to do it. I hope things get better. First of all the ones that didn't get to do it, I hope something is done for them once things return to normal. My nose is really dry, but I really, really hope my daughter gets to walk across that stage, because she's worked really hard, and not to say that my daughter deserves it any more than any other daughter, but my daughter deserves it. And I could say that because I'm her mom. And it's just so, like, her brother is a pharmacist, and we got to see him walk across the stage, and her older sister started off as a youth care worker, and we saw her walk across the stage actually several times because there were several programs she took, and now she's in social work, and so now she's my career student. I don't know, sometimes I wonder if she'll ever stop going to school, but hey, nothing wrong with learning. My aunt was like that. My aunt went to school for many, many, many years, and always was getting more education on in her field of study. And now she teaches in BC in that field. So, I mean, good for her. Okay, so I'm pretty impressed with how much we've done. What are we looking at? Wow, this is still 43 minutes. So I think what I'm gonna do today is I'll finish up with these, and I'll leave the other part for another time. This was a really big section. Here I'm thinking, oh, it will take no time. We've breezed through it. I mean, I've gotten a lot done. I'm very happy with the amount we've done, but because it's a bigger section, I didn't really take that into account, and so yeah, it's taking just as long, and I don't really want this to go much past an hour. So I'm thinking about actually, there's a couple of things that I want to do on the channel. I am thinking about doing, I know there's so many though, but it's the ones that you find. Just because there's 10 other people doing the same thing, maybe it's my video they find, I don't know. But I was thinking about doing a mask tutorial. I was also thinking about unboxing my FabFitFun. I was really excited. I just got my FabFitFun, and I am thinking about doing the unboxing. I've already opened it and looked at it. I was really excited because there was something in it for my husband this time, and there's been a couple times there's been things in it for him. He loves ground pepper and ground salt, so I got one. I got a pepper mill that does both. Really nice, and he loves it. And then one year for Christmas, I got him the male version of FabFitFun box, and I don't think he really cared about that actually, but sometimes there's stuff for him. Anyways, there was something for him in it this time. So before he gets his hands on it, because he already knows it's here, I should really make up my mind on whether or not I'm going to do an unboxing. But I've got this table now, and my last unboxing I did for FabFitFun, I did it up kind of on my bed, and I didn't mind it, but I've got this table, and it it's organized enough that I could just clear off the diamond painting and then do the FabFitFun. But I'm wondering, like, should I do it face on? That's how I usually see them, where people are like talking to the camera. Or should I do it top down so you see the products? And I probably can move them around a bit more. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to figure that one out, but I better hurry up. I'd also like to do some other unboxings too, like, or haul type videos, like Amazon hauls. Everybody's doing them, but they're so much fun. I love watching them. I don't know. You guys tell me down below, like, do you watch Amazon hauls? Do you? I love watching them because I always find stuff that I never would have thought of. Oh, something happened to that one. Or like solutions to problems I didn't know I had. Maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know. But we all do so much shopping on Amazon now. I know I do. There's just something to that whole, you know, purchase it, forget it, and it arrives like a couple days later or sooner, sometimes later. But I like that whole idea. I love that you can find just about anything on Amazon. Shoot. There isn't much that I haven't been able to find. But anyways, let me know. Do you guys like Amazon hauls? And let me know, do you guys get FabFitFun? Stupid story. This is my second year of it. I think I have 2 more boxes left in this year. Maybe 3. I think maybe 2 actually. Anyways, I did it for a year and my intent was to cancel after the year and just become seasonal. When you're annual, you get more choices. And it was fun to do it for a year. And you pay it you pay it all up front. And oh, there's some glue sticking out on there. You don't really think about it. It just is something that comes every 4 months. And if you do remember, you can go and pick your items. Last box I forgot also and didn't get to pick any of my items, so they were all a surprise. But anyway, meant to cancel and missed the date, and they signed me up for another year. And they charge you for the whole year up front. Like I said, it's a peace of mind to know, like, every 4 months, if I want it, I don't have to pay more for it. But it was kind of a pain in the butt because I'd done the year, and like the boxes can be a real hit and miss. This one is it's okay, it's decent. I kind of went more decor this time. Sometimes it's like skincare, but it's like if you don't know about FabFitFun, it's like beauty, lifestyle, health. Sometimes there's clothing items, which I guess could be beauty. I don't know. Anyway, I like the box, but like I said, sometimes it's more of a hit and sometimes it's more of a miss. And I've had both. I remember this one year. I think it was actually last spring. It was the only other unboxing I did for FabFitFun on the channel. And one of the choices was so bad. And I ended up taking these friggin' tea towels because there was literally nothing else that I wanted. And I didn't even want the tea towels. It was so awful. That wasn't a bad box. But that choice, like, I was like, can I just not choose anything? Can I just like let it go? Anyway, it was awful. And then they were trying to say like these tea towels were worth $38 or something ridiculously stupid. And there's just no way in hell, I don't care what brand that you are, your tea towels shouldn't cost you $38. At least mine don't. But yeah, I was a little bit miffed at that. Oh shit. What in the heck is going on here? I think I might need some more wax actually, because it's starting to be a little difficult. So let's just stamp a bit more in here. There we go. Oh, and then you get the residue for the first few. Okay, in there. Do you guys ever notice that? Like sometimes you'll put them down and one just won't set down, keeps on picking back up. I don't know why that happens either, and if you guys have the answer to that, tell me, because if it's something that I can fix. Okay, it isn't, I would say like right now I've got extra wax in there, but that's not the only time it happens. Sometimes for some reason it's usually when I'm trying to place two. I think sometimes three, but mostly two. When I'm trying to place two, one of them will set down and I just, oh my god, did you see that? What the heck happened there? Okay, I think that's the first time I've seen that happen. That is weird. I'm glad you guys saw that. Why did that happen? Do you guys know? Can you tell me what just happened there? Because I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Oh, what am I doing? I just need to... I think I'm gonna go into single placing now, because I think I can probably be quicker with the single placing of this, what's left of these. I'm really liking my light pad is squeaking because I am using those bulldog clips and I've got them flat underneath so it's not like totally flat, so that my painting doesn't move. But what was I saying? Oh, this colorful tree. Okay, so I really like it. Like, I really love the colors in it. I'm anxious to see what it's going to look like as I get further down to like the trunk. But it isn't quite looking like I expected it to. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's a little more splattered. I don't know, but it's not a bad thing. I mean, I do like abstract. I'm just really curious what it's going to look like as it gets closer to completion and further down. I don't know, but I've noticed that too. Like I think that's why I don't really gravitate towards the scenery, or although Chuck Pinson, I'd give him a try. I would give him a try. Like, now that I've seen Bev B Diamond paints, like what hers looks like so far, there's a couple that I would do of his for sure. But like the detail is just crazy, and that has to do probably with the canvas size as well. Like, this would be different even if it was larger. I don't know. But what was I gonna say? Oh, but I don't tend to like the scenery pictures, because to me, like, that's why I like abstract, because it's it doesn't have to be perfect. Abstract is not perfect. Whereas when I am looking at a painting that's supposed to be of something real, I often feel disappointed because it looks a little more pixelized than I think it should. And like I said, that could be the size, a size problem. But I think I'm kind of scared to try something even in a bigger size in case it's exactly the same. It has the same effect for me. Am I almost done here? I think I am, actually. Again, this took longer than I thought. I'm just gonna stop saying how long I think something's going to be, because it never works out that way. I guess I'm just not a good judge of time. And you know what? In my real life, I'm like late for everything, and I don't have a good sense of time in my real life either. So it probably makes sense that I can't get it right on here either. Okay, so I have done all of the hashtags, and I think I'm gonna leave it there. I'll probably finish this part up on my own, and then what do I want to do? I'm not going to say what section we're going to get to next, simply because I may work on it in between. But I would like to kind of work on the tree a bit with you guys and see how that develops. I don't know, but I'm just trying to work my way down. Like, I don't want to move my light pad too often, so I'm just trying to work my way down to like the halfway mark. I think I'll probably stay on this side until I hit the halfway mark, and then I'll move it back here. But then we have the other half, and I'm actually not even sure if I'm going to keep on the double-sided adhesive on the bottom half, or if I'm going to change to parchment paper. I haven't totally decided that, and I haven't decided how big I want my sections to be, but I do know that those initial sections I was working on, I don't know. You know what? They might still be the right size, especially considering the fact that there's a huge amount of confetti in parts. But then in other parts, like this part, you know, if I was working on this by myself, I would have finished this, and a couple hours of diamond painting is nothing. In fact, I'll come back and work on it more again today. So I don't know. I have a few things to think about. And if this is any indication of my indecisiveness, it is what it is. But if you guys like this video, hopefully you guys were working along with me. If you enjoyed the chat, I would love it if you would give me a thumbs up. I don't know, it always looks so funny when I do it because I'm doing it top down and I can never get it right. Anyways, thumbs up. And that's going to do it for me today. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. I hope you have a fantastic next week. And I love you all. Please stay safe wherever you are. Keep yourselves safe. Keep your family safe. But do what makes you happy. And if diamond painting makes you happy, then diamond paint your heart out. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.